Good morning. Good morning to all of you. Good morning. So in last class, we had a little bit discussion about the introduction of strategic management and business policy. Let me share and we will make forward to that. Just a minute. Let me share. Okay, so we discussed up till what is the components of effective strategy. Then definitely we already discussed what is exactly strategic management. I think we will start from the need of strategic management. Then we will go for the benefit of strategy, then type of strategies. Once types is over, then we will go to planning, then process, and we'll try to cover this much for today class. Now, as if you remember what is strategic management, Philomene, if you remember that. Sorry. I told you strategy is something which is called innovative way to achieve the end product. Like every manager, every organizational manager has to make an effective plan to achieve the end product. But that, how to achieve that effective plan with an innovation and with a very specific time period, that is what called the strategic management. A strategy is an action plan linked to achieve the specific goals or set of goals within a definite time period. So that means what plan we normally made as a manager and all, we will definitely make the plan. But how effectively, how efficiently, and how innovatively that plan is to be converted to the end product, and the plan has to be achieved as a goal within a very specific time period. That is what we call as strategy. What is the need of strategy? If you see, the need of strategy are certain described in this way. The first need is strategic management allows firms to anticipate changing conditions. So ajika date re hame jo market dekhu, whatever market we see in the today's arena, these are all very dynamic in nature. So today market is very high, tomorrow it is fall down. So everyone has to be very much prepared to see the ups and downs of the market. That ups and downs came along with competitiveness. That ups and downs came along with the policies, rules, regulation which has been created by the government of India. That ups and downs can be seen with the product variations. That ups and downs can be seen with the dynamism of technology implementation. Got it? So ame jetale gote product bikuchu, when we are selling a product, we have to be very much prepared for all ups and downs of the market. And a manager who makes this strategic management, he has to allow the firm to anticipate with all changing conditions, whether the change is moving forward to the organization or dragging backward. So you have to be prepared with all kind of situations. So any condition is there in the market, the strategic management will allow the firm to make its survival and anticipation. That is the first need of strategic management. Second need, strategic management provide clear objective and direction for the employees as well as for the employers also. So it is very clear objective. That means when we are studying strategic management, if your end product, if your goal is not very much clear, if your goal is not very much very visible, then you cannot make a strategic management process. You cannot prepare a strategic management process. So you have to think about what is my end product. So end product has to be very, very, very clear, right? So then you could able to implement the strategic management into a very effective and efficient way. Third need, research in strategic management in advancing so that the process can be help manager. So any strategic management process, as I have so many times told you, that strategic management means whatever plan you have made, you have to achieve that plan with some innovation, some technological enhancement. So how it is possible? Innovation can be possible, technological enhancement can be possible without implementation of research. Fine. If you want to write your answer very effectively and very efficiently, fine, within that time period, apan ko 3 ghanta hi time period, but you want to write it with a very effectively and efficiently. Now, how to write your answer very effectively and efficiently so that you could achieve more marks from your competitors? So that means you have to make a constant research, you have to make some research, you have to find out some particular innovations so that you could able to achieve. ଯେମିତି କି ଯୋଉମାନେ IS କି OS prepare କରୁଛନ୍ତି, if you see the advertisement, their advertisement, their path journey ର path ଯଦି କେବେ ଆପଣ TV ରେ ଦେଖୁଥିବେ, ଦେଖିବେ everyone have and adopted some very different policy. Someone was adopted to solve the last 10 years question answer, then constantly practice the mock interview and all. Someone is not making that, someone is just go through the syllabus and the books, thoroughly study books and all. So everyone have their own innovations, right? So that innovation always came with a constant research. आपण माने भी बहुत पिला जेमति कि आपण माने first semester just going away from your studies and I want to answer this question. बहुत पिला question आसी कि पचारंती that madam हमें 29 pages पूरा लिखिछु but we are not getting passing marks. Fine. And someone write 2 pages like 5 pages or 6 pages and he will be passed with 25 marks. How it is possible? Now the answer is, I really want to answer this in front of you all, that what I write, did I write whatever required for the answer for the question, or did I write whatever I know? So that is the difference of writing. Like someone, if the question maker asks a question and I don't know the answer and I will write whatever I know, then I might be get 2 marks, but I can't get 8 marks out of 12. If I know little bit and ornamentally I will write that, then definitely I will get 7 marks out of 12. If I know everything with a point-wise description, I will write for 12 marks question, but I didn't have time. That's why I'll only write 500 words or 600 words, but I have written everything what is being asked by the question maker. Then out of 12, someone is still 10 marks. Right? So that is what innovation. Let me tell you, बहुत पिला थांती जो माने घंटे टी परीक्षा देकिना भी जानती पारी because तांकर ऑफिस रु छुट्टी मिलेनी. परीक्षा start हुए 8:30 and they left by 10. And they got passed. How they got passed? Because they write that much what is essential, but they haven't leave any answer questions. Fine. So that is what called innovation. That is called what research. So आपन को research करियो पड़िबो that how to implement good strategic management, which could able to help the employees, employer, and everyone, manager, everyone. Came to the next need. Business which perform strategic management are more effective. Those business organizations who make strategic management, who implement strategic management with innovation, with technological implementation, definitely they earn more, benefit, or they are more effective organization in comparison to others. Fine. If like someone is using laptop and someone is using mobile phone, laptop is more convenient for the preparing a project despite of having a mobile phone or Android set. So that's why jadi apan technology ro enhancement bhi karuchanti konosi strategic management process re, that is also being very creative and effective also. Came to the last need. Strategic management is needed due to the change of process to provide guidelines, field of studies, better performance, systematic decisions, communications, allocation of resources, and holistic approach in everywhere. So strategic management can be, identified with everything. So it is identified through the process. आपण process को भी innovative way रे achieve करि परिबे, guidelines को भी change करि परिबे. जेमति कि आपनकर गोटे guideline नै जानतो companies law. Companies law देखिबे, the latest companies law भी change होउची, means every particular time रे company law रे किछि ना किछि changes आसुची. Now why that changes is required? That changes is required because day by day our environment, our business environment asks for changes. our business environment ask for changes because of the high range of technological implementation, high range of competition. Day by day जो international rules regulation change होची, ସେଥିପାଇଁ ବି ଆପଣଙ୍କର strategic management ର implementation is required. So this is what the need of strategic management. Now came to the benefit. What are the different benefits of strategic management? First benefit, the strategic management taking an organizational wide and proactive approach which can change the changing the global world. So if you implement this strategic management, it will change the global world, building an effective team that serve as a model of a cross-functional and horizontal teamwork. So when you implement this strategic management, it's required a teamwork. Without teamwork, you cannot implement the strategic management. So तार गोटे example जेमती नहीं जानतु, if there is an organization and the organization is decided to implement some of the latest technology, so it is obviously one of the major change that organization has made. But then organization has to take a step forward to make a training program where all his employees has to be trained with this technology, with this software, with this latest software which is being implemented. If not, then you cannot, if you implement your technology with the upgradation, then also be effective management kariparibani, because your teamwork, if your organizational employees do not know, do not have awareness about the software, they do not run the software, then why to implement it? So while we're talking about strategic management, really it is required a very intensive teamwork. Having an intense executive development and strategic orientation also, it is the benefit of strategic management. आपण जदि strategic management करूचंदी ताहले आपनकर execution level सबबेले controlled हेकी रहिबो, so that is what it is benefited. Defining focus, quantifiable outcomes, measures of the success. So if you will implement strategic management, whatever your outcome that is quantifiable, that is measurable, and it was definitely very focused, making intelligent budgeting decisions. So if you creating a business, if you're making a business, or if you're running a business, it is very essential that what to implement, what not to implement, it is all based on your budget. So if my budget will not allow, then I will not able to implement some innovations. If my budget will not allow, then I cannot make some innovations in the effective management system. If my budget will not allow, then I will not able to implement very latest softwares. So it is all about what your budget is allow you and what your budget is not allowing you. Fine. So that is also benefit of strategic management. If your budget is not allowed to run some latest software, then you have to think about some different way of innovations. Reduction of complete conflicts and empowering the organization, that is also a benefit. Providing clear guidelines for day-to-day decision making, so that is also a benefit of strategic management, providing clear guidelines. So when you implement strategic management, that means along with the strategic management, you have to implement some very specific rules and regulations or guidelines. Creating a critical mass change, then clarifying and simplifying the barrage of management techniques, empowering the middle managers, focusing everyone in the organization in the same overall framework, speeding of implementation of core strategies, and providing tangible tools for dealing with the areas of change. These are certain different kind of benefit that a strategic management process can give to our organization. Then came to what are the different type of strategies. So type of strategies type of strategies while we are implementing this strategy, immediately implement strategy, we have to think about what the different kind of company it is, what different kind of competitive environments we are dealing with, आपण को प्रकार competitive environment रे deal करछोंदी आपण company टा कोन what is exactly the nature of the company, it is a physical company or a virtual company. So सब ऊपर depend करूची what kind of strategy you want to implement, आपनकर कोन strategy आपण implement करबे ता ऊपर depend करूची, that is what called the type of strategy. So in your syllabus we will identify 5 different kind of strategy, panchata different kind of strategy hame identify karuchu with your syllabus. So kon roila strategies kuda competitive strategy, corporate and grand strategy, business strategy, functional strategy and operating strategy. So what are the 5 strategies? First one is competitive strategy, second one is called grand strategy, third one is called business strategy, fourth one is called functional strategy, and fifth one is called operating strategy. Came to the first one, that is called competitive strategy. Now what is exactly competitive strategy? Competitive strategy ke hame kocho, it is a plan that combines the influence of external situation along with the integrative comprehensions of the internal situation of an organization, and the competitive strategy aim at gaining a competitive advantages in the marketplace against the competitors, and the competitive advantages come from strategies that leads to some techniques of the marketplace. So jemti ki mu kahili strategies je jala me type of strategies ko asuchu, it is actually based on what kind of market you are dealing with in some particular time and what kind of organizations you do have. So first strategy we will have a discussion, that strategy is based on the competitive environment of your market. Now if you do have a competitive market, jetala me India as a country dekhuchu, and we have a very largest market in the whole world, amara market ta la the largest market, where we have more than 10,000 registered companies, and non-registered are like lakhs companies, thousands and lakhs companies who are not non-registered companies. And product variety upon dekhiye jodi more than 50,000 different varieties of products are available, and more than that some lakhs different kind of products are available in the market. So कितने प्रकार product अच्छे, जेमती कि आपनकर substitute products जदि हमें competitive advantages कथा कहबा ताहले competitive advantages रे हमें देखिया products रे substitute products, unavailability of products with the same ingredients, product with the same kind of brand. So tamane kono there are lakhs number of products which are competing with each other, and jetale product re competition hochi, so as to apanଙ୍କର company ର भी competition होची. So first kind of strategy which is be run or which will be discussed, that is called the strategy which is came along with the competitiveness. Now as a competitiveness strategy, what is exactly one has to input? Upon देखिए गोटे competition चलची, गोटे that is a market, and what product you are came along with, आपण जो product लेके आसीचंती, धरनियंतो आपण गोटे medicine बिकिबे, you are a medicine company, and right now in India every particular kind of medicine is available. तो आपण नुआ कोन बिकुचंती, what exactly you want to sell very new so that people will buy it. So already the substitute products are available, already the product which are similar kind of brand or similar kind of ingredients wala products are available. Now what strategy you have to maintain so that you could able to run in this particular competitive advantages or competitive environment, and you could able to sustain for a longer time period? What do you have to do?
Yeah, ma'am, good morning, Subrat Kumar.
Subrat.
Yeah, ma'am, there should be, if there will be competitive, there should be reasonable price as usual, unique as comparability to other, organization. So there should be some different and reasonable price also.
Okay, so your focus point, if you drag down your price to certain extent, so you could able to run in a sustainable environment. Fine.
Yeah, price as usual, quality, you should maintain quality also.
That is the point. If you drag down the price of a product, then how to maintain the quality?
Ma'am,
And
good morning, ma'am.
specifically when it is a medicine, product is a medicine.
Good ma'am.
Yes,
Good
ma'am.
morning, ma'am.
Yes.
I think apart from service is the more important is from to sell our products, medicines.
But how you will sell your product so that it is a new product and it
Yeah.
will be facing a huge competition in the market. So what is your strategy that is you will going to adopt so that your product will be sold in the market, and apart from that you will sustain. I'm not talking about the profitable, I'm talking about sustainability. You will sustain for a longer period. So what strategy, jemti ki Subrat babu kaile, the strategy is to cut down the prices so that you could able to sell your product, sell your medicine in the market. So my point is, if we will cut down in the price, then how to maintain the quality of the product, and specifically when it is some particular drug. Fine, upon the medicines or drug katha kouchandi, it is very difficult to cut down the prices. So if you cut down the prices, so in some extent you have to compromise with the quality. Fine. So
Yes.
ଯଦି ସେଇଟା ଗୋଟେ ଆପଣ ଧରି ନିଅନ୍ତୁ, that is one strategy. ଆପଣ କୋଉ strategy କଥା କହୁଛନ୍ତି?
My strategy is the proper advertisement and service.
କଣ ଆପଣଙ୍କ ନାଁ କହିଲେ? ମୁଁ ନାଁଟା ଜାଣିନି.
Shrikant.
Shrikant, did you find any advertisement of medicines on the in the TV media? I haven't seen.
Yes.
So apart from
Protein,
that,
pain relief.
protein and pain relief, we don't have any advertisement of other products. Why?
We have any? We have. If I am knowing about the medicines, if we are showing the advertisement in TV, then we cannot advertise in physically also. We cannot
Yes.
advertise physically.
Yes. While we're talking about selling of a medicine, the mass media advertisement is not actually required for selling of a product, selling of a medicine. Specifically, it will high cost. So what people will do? People will make personal selling and sales force management. Personal selling means ଆପଣଙ୍କର ଯୋଉମାନେ ରହୁଛନ୍ତି pharmaceutical company ର ଯୋଉମାନେ agents ରହୁଛନ୍ତି, ଯେମିତି କି medicine representatives ନେଇ ଯାଆନ୍ତୁ, ସେମାନେ କଣ କରନ୍ତି ନା, they will identify some doctors and through that doctor they try to sell the product. Fine. So that is the easiest way to sell the product. If the doctor prescribe the medicine, then the person who is going to that doctor, because of the threat, if I will not buy the same medicine, maybe I will never cure. Fine. So so that is the best way to identify a good doctor, or not good but popular doctor who have large number of patients. So you could address him, you could identify the doctor, and you could approach to prescribe your medicine so that maximum mass number of people will buy. ଆଜିକା ଡେଟ୍ ରେ ଦେଖିବେ, ଆଉ ଯୋଉ ମେଡିସିନ ଏବେ ଟିକେ ମୁଁ ସେଇଠିକି ଆସୁଥିଲି, କମ୍ପିଟେଟିଭ ଆଡଭାଣ୍ଟେଜ କଣ? ଗୋଟେ ମେଡିସିନ ୱାର୍ଲଡ ନେଇ ଯାଆନ୍ତୁ, ଯୋଉଥିରେ ଆପଣ ବହୁତ ରାପିଡ ଚେଞ୍ଜ ଦେଖୁଛନ୍ତି. ୟୁ କ୍ୟାନ୍ ସି ଅ ଭେରି ରାପିଡ ଚେଞ୍ଜ. ହାଉ ଆଗରୁ ମୁଁ ଯେତେବେଳେ ଛୋଟ ଥିଲି, ମୁଁ ଜାଣିଛି ଆମେ ମେଡିସିନ ସପକୁ ଯାଉଥିଲୁ. ଆମ ଘର ପାଖରେ ଗୋଟେ ମେଡିସିନ ସପ୍ ଥିଲା, ଭେରି ପପୁଲାର ମେଡିସିନ ସପ୍, ଗୋଟିଏ ହିଁ ଥିଲା. ସୋ ମୁଣ୍ଡ ବିନ୍ଧିଲା, ଯାଉଥିଲୁ, ସେ ସପ ରେ ଯୋଉ ଲୋକଟି ବସୁଥିଲା ତାକୁ ମୋ ବାପା କହୁଥିଲେ, ଆଉ ଝିଅର ମୁଣ୍ଡ ବିନ୍ଧୁଛି କି ଜ୍ୱର ହେଇଛି, ସେ କଣ କରୁଥିଲା, 2ଟି ଟ୍ୟାବଲେଟ ଦଉଥିଲା, ସକାଳେ ଆଜ୍ଞା ଏଇଟା ଖାଇଦେବେ, ରାତିରେ ଖାଇଦେବେ, ଭଲ ହେଇଯିବ. ଆମେ ଡକ୍ଟର ପାଖକୁ ବହୁତ ଟାଇମ ଯାଉ, ବହୁତ ଟାଇମ ରେ ଯାଉନି. ଇଫ ଇଟ ଇଜ ଭେରି ସିରିୟସ, ଦେନ୍ वी विल गो टू अ डॉक्टर. ଆଉ ଯେ ଡକ୍ଟର ବି ଥିଲେ, ଆଇ ରିମେମ୍ବର ଭିକାରୀ, ତାଙ୍କ ନାଁ ଥିଲା ସାହୁ, ଭିକାରୀ ସାହୁ କରିକି, ବହୁତ ପପୁଲାର ଡକ୍ଟର, ଏସିବି ର ରିଟାୟାର୍ଡ. ମତେ ଆମର ଫ୍ୟାମିଲି ଫ୍ରେଣ୍ଡ ଭଳିଆ ଥିଲେ ଆମ ଘର ପାଖରେ. ଆଣ୍ଡ ସେ କୌଣସି ମେଡିସିନ, କୌଣସି କମ୍ପାନୀର ମେଡିସିନ ଲେଖିବେନି, ସେ ଲେଖିବେ ଜ୍ୱର ପାଇଁକି ଏଇ ଇନଗ୍ରିଡିଏଣ୍ଟସ ଦରକାର. ଆପଣ ଦୋକାନ ଯିବେ, ସେ ଦେଖେଇବେ, ସେ ତାର ମେଡିସିନ ଦବ ଦେଖିକିନା ତାର ଯୋଉଟା ଇନଗ୍ରିଡିଏଣ୍ଟସ ଦରକାର. ଆଜିକା ଡେଟ୍ ରେ if you go to any doctor, they will not, so they will attached with some particular medicine stores. Fine. ଯଦି ବି ଡକ୍ଟର ତା ଘରେ ବସୁଛି, ତାହେଲେ ବି ତା ଘର ପାଖରେ ନିୟରେଷ୍ଟ ମେଡିସିନ ଷ୍ଟୋର କୁ ସେ attached. Now ସିଏ ସେଇ କମ୍ପାନୀର ମେଡିସିନ ଲେଖିବ ଯୋଉଟା ସପ୍ ରେ available ଅଛି. ଆପଣ ବିଲକୁଲ ବି ସେ ବିଷୟରେ ଜାଣିପାରିବେନି, because handwriting is out of the world. It is something like never understandable. Now you have to buy that medicines which is being prescribed by the doctor. If you buy the same composition of any other company, the doctor will deny to check it. Fine. So this is what the change of competitive environment today's world about the medicine, selling way. The shops which are not attached to any doctor, that is only a shop. They are not having any kind of benefit. They are not having any kind of prospect grow. If you attach with some doctors, fine, the doctor will prescribe some particular medicine which is available only at your shop, and the doctor will advise to buy the product with the particular shop, and you will go and buy. In this way you could able to enhance your product. Fine. Ajika date re competitive advantage kono na apanko prati particular sector re jo competitions asuchi, se competition ko apan dekhibe how to resolve it. So every particular particular segment ro nijor competition achi. Eta mo gote example deli kemti ki medicine world. Semte apan nei jan joibe gote recently apan dekhibe ki industrial fight kono. Industrial fight kono jedi apan company arts ku nouchandi, and the industry has to follow the company arts. Now those who are big industries, big corporate houses, they are purposefully make a influence to the government to change certain company acts for their own benefits. And because of suppression, the government also take a step forward to amend some particular policy or to stop some particular policy, says that it needs to revive. So that is also kind of a competitive advantage. So competition in a particular competitive environment, how to deal, it is up to you. Apan mane samaste kodi na kodi chakiri korchon, jemdi Subrat babu kodi Delhi re chakiri korchon, amara Pinaki babu ICMR re chakiri korchon, jeti ki lokko mu janichi that baade be bahut lokko thibe jone bahut bada jaga re kaam korchon, and you every day you dealt with different kind of competitions. Fine. Apan mane samaste sabudina bahut different kind of competitions dekhuchandi, and for every particular competition you have to innovate something. You have to innovate a strategy, how to run that competition, how to overcome from that particular competitive environment, how to run my business, how to grab profit. So this is what the while I'm talking about, this is a subject of strategic management. Strategic management, one can give you an example of theory. Mu apanku gote theory padhi debi, but actually so theory ta ko kemti apan practically implement karibe, that is up to you. I can't make you practical implementation. I can't show you the practical implementation. Mu jemti gote educational institution re chakiri karchi since from last 12 13 14 years helani. So I know how to deal the students, how to deal the examination, how to deal the counseling, how to deal with the different problems when they came along with the student and all. So I know, and every day we will find out more critical problems, more critical problems in terms of policies, rules, regulation, etc., and we will deal it. Semdi prati sector ra nijara competitions rochi, and prati sector ku different way re deal kariya padibo. If I give you an example of medicine, it is one example. So you can see there are large number of issues and challenges in the competitive strategy making de apan ko asibo. Whether you are in a manufacturing sector, whether you are in a service sector, whether in a financial sector, me like educational sector, ame konosi bhi sector re kaam karu, every day we have to face certain challenges in the competitions. So how to run our business, how to sell our product, for that you have to implement a constant innovation. You have to implement a constant innovative strategy so that you could able to sustain in a competitive market. Otherwise you have to close down your organization and sit at your home. So that is what called the first competitive advantage. Second has second coach corporate strategy called. Corporate strategy is formulated at the top level by the top managers or management of the organizations. Such strategy describes the company's overall corporate strategy, which will define the long-term objectives and generally affect all the business units under its umbrella. So that means, for an example, like a big organization like your Infosys. So Infosys have a lines of business, have a lines of products. So it is not comprised of only one organization. So if Infosys will take a particular decision, it has to be taken by corporate decision. It has to be taken by the higher authority. Jemti apanukara buyback of shares both recently, sorry, both recently, like in 2 years, in Infosys, there is a case registered for against the Infosys of selling the securities with the price raising. Price raising कौन price raising गोटे particular activity stock exchange रे हुए तमने भी पेपर रे पढ़ी थिबो stock exchange रे गोटे particular activity हुए तादरे कौन हुए ना गोटे particular धर आपण share मु गोटे company X चलाउची मु गोटे share बिकिची and share रे कौन करची मु सब निजर near and dear को बिकिबी कौन पे मु जानि I know my share is going to be up for the next 5 years. It will be going to be very high. It will be going to be profit a lot. So that's why a profit अन्य लोक पाखु न जाय कि मोर नियर एंड डियर पाखे रहू सेति पे मो प्राइस रेजिंग थ्रू रे निज लोकन को बिकिबी आपण देखिबे स्प्लिट्स आर अवेलेबल बट व्हेन यू बाय इट विल बी अनअवेलेबल it will be prescribed to some particular people. So that is called price raising. And Infosys kon kala na in the year of 2021 price raising karla jota ki ta pare it will be identified to SEBI and it was being penalized. So supplement jo corporate decisions thae that is being taken by higher level of management jo mane top level managers thandi they will take the decision and that decision will definitely for a long term period by decisions say the some decision I only give one decision which is a negative decision. Supplement if the corporate strategies or corporate level strategies are formulating the decisions which are inconvenient wrong decision, it has to be penalized and it is the penalty is being come to the business head, but eventually it will be reflected in every particular employee who are working under the organization. Same thing, the corporate strategies or corporate level strategy, which is the decisions which is made by the higher level, if the strategies are very good, very innovative, very much effective in terms of implementation, जदि बहुत बढ़िया effective होला ताहले सेटा be reflection of कोथरे आपनकर output रे when the company will earn maximum benefit and the employees who are under that company they also being benefited with the company. So corporate strategies are very much essential. It has to be fruitful, has to be implemented, it has to be effective. And ଯେତେବେଳେ effective ଆପଣ strategies implement କରୁଛନ୍ତି, it will definitely give you more success. Came to the third one. Third one Kochi is the business strategies. Now this kind of strategy will be formulated with the business unit level and it is popularly known as business unit strategy. This strategy emphasizes to the strengthening of the company's competitive position of the product or services. Business strategies are composed of competitive and corporate strategies. So what do you understood by that is called business unit strategy. Business unit strategy, how to understood? If you see, there are 3 different ways of selling. The manufacturer manufacture the product and give that product to wholesaler to make his own advertisement. Fine. Jadi manufacturer देखुची भाई मु manufacture कर देली but I am unable to sell my product से कौन करची किसी particular retail houses और particular wholesale houses को identify करची या तो फिर departmental stores को identify करची and supply the product to that departmental stores and all for the better understanding and better selling. That is a kind of a strategy that is can be implemented. आउ कोन करे जाउची ना जदी आपण बहुत कॉम्पिटिटिव देखुचन बहुत कंपटीशन अछि मार्केट रे so not focusing to the product but focus to the services. You have to focus to the services and on base of your services you could able to sell your product. So that is called business strategy which is made with the business units जो बिजनेस यूनिट थ्रू रे एटा आपनकर एग्जिबिट होबा मैन्युफैक्चरर थ्रू रे प्राय होउनी बिजनेस यूनिट कहले कोन जे बिकुची हु इज द फ्रंट लाइन सेलर frontline seller may be a wholesaler, may be a departmental store, may be a retail houses or an individual person जे फ्रंट लाइन को आसिक बिकुची सी बिजनेस रो strategies maintain करूची advertisement strategy maintain करूची to run in a competitive environment. Got it? So next asuntu next है functional strategy. Now functional strategy are those kind of strategy which is emphasized to a particular functional area of an organization and it is formulated to achieve some objective of business units by maximizing resource productivity. Occasionally, functional strategy is named as departmental strategy. Now, there is a example like examples of functional strategy comprise of production strategy, marketing strategy, human resource strategy, and financial strategy. That means what it is area wise. So, what is exactly functional? That means on base of which function you want to sell your product. Fine. So that you have to decide that the company has to decide कि को particular organization, particular department को नेकी तारा functional activities or functional strategy has to be made. जेमती कि अपन नहीं जानतो that is an organization which will sell insurance. There is an organization which will sell insurance and which will be have a communication with a MNC or have a attachment with a US industry. Go to US based insurance company. See go to India insurance company से तो attach है कि product बिकुची. एटी को department काम करिबो HR department काम करिबो fine because it is selling the product not in a general platform. एठी आपण general platform रे किछि बिकुना दे एटी कोन बिकुचंदी virtually बिकुचंदी. गोटे फॉरेन रो कंपनी सहित अटैच होइतंती आपण अमेरिका रे जो लोक माने इंश्योरेंस करछन तांको पई बिकुचंती सो इट इज एचआर डिपार्टमेंट हु विल टेक द ऑल स्ट्रेटजीज टू सेल द प्रोडक्ट सेठी नै जानतु धर आपण गोटे आपण गोटे डे टू डे लाइफ रो प्रोडक्ट व्हिच इज अ टूथपेस्ट for an example you want to sell a toothpaste in India so what kind of strategy you have to adapt it you have to adapt a very popular strategy that is advertisement a very innovative advertisement which can create your market and that will be decided by marketing department marketing advertisement and selling department got it so functional strategy means each and every particular department has to play a very significant and specific role according to what product you want to sell what services you want to sell so according to the base of product according to the base of services you have to decide what to sell what not to sell how to sell which department needs to sell got it so that is called functional strategy came to the fifth kind of strategy that is called operating strategy now operating strategy which is base is called operation of units and organization may be developed an operating strategy for its sales territories an organization which is required operational strategy to formulate it at the field level usually to achieve the immediate objectives so the best example this operational strategy if I will tell you the best example is a financial industry if you see a financial industry fine upon the financial industry actually so there are three different products are being sold popular products are sold by the financial industry in India kon popular product achi financial industry ro pila mane tinta major product amar bikri hochi market re gote hela RBI ro product fine any banking products deposits and advances tapare aschi SEBI ro product hela di prakara debt product and equity products आ गोटे थर्ड आछे कोन IRDA ऑफ इंडिया से बिकुची इंश्योरेंस ए जो तीनटा अपन का यूनिट अछि जो माने RBI will sell the banking products SEBI sells stock products and IRDA of India sells insurance product so you never see that these three prime financial regulatory authorities whatever product preparing that product will never go along with the advertisement in the mass media से माने सेल्स टेरिटोरी सिस्टम रे जानती ऑपरेटिंग स्ट्रेटजी रो सेल्स टेरिटोरी सिस्टम. Now सेल्स टेरिटोरी सिस्टम means what? They will identify some of the personal sellers. They are very popularly known as advisors. They try to sell the product through the advisors. Maybe it is RBI commercial bank products, or maybe it is a product of insurance organizations, or maybe it is a product of stock market. Each and every product has to be sold, but it is sold through a particular agency, that is a particular pathway, that is called selling process is personal sale. ସେମାନେ particular sales territory की identify करिवे according to the population and according to the earning aspects. କାହାର କେତେ earning ଅଛି plus ତାଙ୍କର ସେ territory ରେ କେତେ ଲୋକ ଅଛନ୍ତି, ସେଇ ହିସାବରେ they will identify a population, they will identify some personal sellers or appointed some personal sellers. Now these personal sellers can sell the product on behalf of the company or behalf of the particular market. Now while they will selling the product, they could able to achieve a immediate reaction. Sorry. So they will achieve a immediate reaction. So in this way, whether people will buy or deny to buy, सेटा आपण immediately जानी परिबे. जदि आपण insurance जणे आपण को approach करची बिकिबाकू and you already have a insurance, then you will deny to buy it. Fine. And it is a immediate reaction which will be gain through this personal selling way. If you want to buy, you will say, yes, I do have a insurance, but it is going to be, it will be going to be mature within 1 year. So I should have to take one more before that maturity. So you will take one more insurance. So it is up to you. Fine. That is called operational strategy. This is called type of strategy. Strategic management. Yes.
मैम एबे तो ये सब मार्केटिंग आसी LIC रो हो SBI इंश्योरेंस रो हो ये सब मार्केटिंग सब आसुरी ऑनलाइन जो टीवी बारे अरे आपण को
आकार आशीष टिके सुबुनी कोन कहले
मैडम एबे जो हम कहले इंश्योरेंस एगुडा मार्केट रे जाय की सोशल मीडिया के मार्केटिंग रे हुए एबे से गुड मार्केटिंग आसुची जे SBI इंश्योरेंस रो
हां सोशल मीडिया रे आसुची जेमति कि नै जानतो हमरो एडवर्टाइजमेंट हला DDC ओपन इट्स एडवर्टाइजमेंट आको भी हम सोशल मीडिया रे ऑन करूछु बुझियो छि सोशल मीडिया रे एडवर्टाइजमेंट which will make through the social media, it will less cost consuming and sometimes it is free, like if I am a popular person and I will make advertisement of a particular product and my followers some millions of people, then it will be displayed to that millions of people and there is no cost that I have to pay. Fine. सेमती नहीं जानतो मोर धर 500 लोक फॉलोअर एंड मु कोन कली ना गोटे एडवर्टाइजमेंट कली DDC रो, then it will be open. For that I have there is no cost is required. So yes, social media advertisement होची. Sometimes advertisement in TV जेमति कि आपण HDFC लाइफ इंश्योरेंस रे एडवर्टाइजमेंट आपण टीवी रे देखुतिले. So sometimes the advertisements are there but not like very frequently. Fine. It is sales. जो मने personal selling is the best way to make advertisement of this particular products. Okay. Anything else?
Ma'am, can you please show me the first slide?
Don't worry, Vijayalakshmi. Once my first unit will over, I will share this slide in your group. So whether you want to ask a question or just want to take a picture.
Yeah, ma'am, I want to take a picture.
Okay, I will share. Don't worry, I will share all the PPTs of 5 units. So don't worry about that. So there is no required for taking pictures and all. So just try to understand the subject and I will provide the notes even in not only this जेमती मु आपनकर फर्स्ट सेमिस्टर रे मार्केटिंग पढौतिली जेमती मो पाखरे जहाँ भी notes थिला मो group रे share करथिली for the betterment of the students. Semti some of the I told you in the first class, some of the handwritten notes, some of the word files. Mu banai normally whenever I try to teach student mu more nijor practical work ta to kore. I will share to all in your group. I don't have any hesitations. So don't worry. Mo slide भी share करिबी, mo word file जहाँ अछि भी share करिबी, and जदि दरकार पड़ला mo handwritten notes जहाँ अछि, I will take a picture of that and I will share with all. Right?
Ma'am, can we get the recordings for this class?
But yesterday someone someone make a call to me and say कि recording का private issue.
Again.
So I will try to resolve that issue because today is a holiday. Today is a holiday, so tomorrow when I will be there in class, office, I will try to sort it out.
Again, ma'am, actually बहुत helpful होची the recording रे review भी करिबा.
नहीं, हमें भी बुझुचु recording is essential, but कौन
Again.
करिया के बेले बेले certain policies रहुची जहाँ द्वारा हेई पारुनी, but we will talk about that. Okay, खाली process टा आरंभ कर दबा, काली पचे detail में पढ़ीबा, खाली process टा मो आरंभ करची. Kindly please mute all of
Okay,
you.
ma'am.
Okay, let me share. So see, this is what a broad picture of this. Just a minute. This is what a broad picture of your strategic management process. Kali hame planning ta padiba, process ta dekho. Now, what is a process? If you see, there are 5 steps of process. Dekhi pauchandi. First one, review current situations, analyzing the organizational or external environment. Sometimes analysis of internal environment be ame ki koru. Develop new strategies. That is the third step. Fourth step la implement strategy. And fifth one is called evaluate the results. But if you see in the upward direction, upon upward direction the first stage ku ame kahuchu strategy formulation stage, where creating strategy. That means these first three steps, the creation of strategy was made, and the last 2 stages like implementation, implement strategy and evaluate the results, that too is came under the strategy implementation, where we will try to put the strategy and wait for the controlling and wait for the feedback. Got it? So first stage which will comprise of 3. जदि आपनकर ओबी मन पड़थो एमती आपनकर थिला फर्स्ट तीनटा स्टेज गोटे पर्टिकुलर एक्टिविटी को सिंबलाइज करथिला, लास्ट दीटा गोटे पर्टिकुलर एक्टिविटी को सिंबलाइज करथिला. Same as to this, when we are talking about strategy formulation, the first 3 steps are all about strategy, or how to formulate the strategy, how to create the strategy, what are the basic situation that you have to face while you're creating the strategy and all. Sorry. And last 2 stage is all about how to implement whatever you have created. Now you have to implement that into the platform, and apart from that implementation, one has to control that strategy and wait for the feedback whether the strategy is good, is acceptable or not. That you have to wait. Got it? So just a minute, we'll try to identify first 3. Okay. So first question, first step, current review situation. That means what? Just I'm enlarging this. First step question, that is called current situation that you have to revive or review. Now the current situation means what? Current situation means the company has to identify what is the exact end product of the company. For an example, while we are making this strategic planning, सबले मन रखते strategic planning टा गोटे particular आपनका company रो पूरा 15 वर्ष रो review दबनी. It was like a year, 2 years, 5 years रो गोटे strategic plan करिवे गोटे time lapse सहित. For an example, you want to make your organization or your organization is having a new getting a new some approaches from the government. Apan company gote nuwa approach paichi government ru or gote nuwa area re kamo karuchi. So what and how to implement that? First one, you have to identify what is your current situation. And for an example, for the current situation, when you get your new proposal, your current situation is you do not have enough financial resources to carry on that new proposal. That's the first situation. Second situation is, first of all, you do not have financial resources. Second one, you do not have skilled employees for that. So these are two major lacuna you find out. The time period is 5 years. That means whatever project you are getting from the government in your company, that is for 5 years. मैंने आपण 5 वर्ष रे प्रोजेक्ट कंप्लीट करिवे. 5 वर्ष रे कंप्लीट करिवे विथ अ बेनिफिट. आपण जदि बेनिफिट अर्न न कले ताले कांगे प्रोजेक्ट करिवे. So you required a benefit. So got it. So that means what? Your current situation of your company that you have to analyze. Then I have to identify that what is my end product. My end goal is to achieve this particular activity within a prescribed time period, that is 5 years, with an effective way or efficient way, with the implementation of this budget, with the implementation of skill employees. बुझेला एटा ला आपनकर कोन end product. Now you have to review the situation and you have to identify some of the missions. Mission हला कोन? Mission हला that pathway जो pathway रे जाई कि आपण end product achieve करिवे. That is the pathway has to identify. बुझी परले एटी आपण तीनटा जिंस identify करिए. First one, what is the current situation of your company? आपनकर company रो current situation कोन? आपण नुवा project नहीं परिबे कि नहीं, whether you will accept the new project or not. If you will accept, then what is the exact requirement? You require money, financial resources, you require manpower, you require more equipments, you require more subsidiary mechanisms of technology or not. So what is your requirement that you have to identify? Then you think about the competitive environment. So what competition I am going to be faced if I'll do this or if I'll do that. So this is what your current situation. Then your end product, within the 5 years I'll have to complete this particular project, and with this particular objective, that to earn, if the project is of 5 crores, and then I will definitely earn 1 crore as a benefit. So this is what my objective for 5 years. Got it? So this is what we call the first step of the strategic management, to review the current situation. Once the review is over, then we will came to the second step, to analyze the organizational external and internal environment. So that we will talk in tomorrow, and let's see if the teacher is available. Then we will close it. Next class कार थिला दीपक?
Total sir
चलो सर.
call करू.
Okay, so Deepak will